Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel. For today's Daily Draft, Aetherdrift edition, we are entering roughly week 2 of the format here, and we've still got a lot of decks to play, and this pack is an interesting one. We've got Riptide Gear Hulk, which is a busted blue-white card, double strike prowess, bounce a thing to the deck. There's Thundering Broodwagon and Atchick Emerald Radiant, both of these great in red-black or green-black, as well as Spin Out here. Nimble Thopter's a pretty good common, and a Nesting Bot also pretty good uncommon. I guess I'll take the Gear Hulk here, but I mean, like, I think there's a couple different ways that are justifiable to go. Like, Atchick is good as well. I mean, 6 mana 3/3 make a 1/1 for each artifact creature in your graveyard, and whenever those 1/1s die, you put a counter on it and they lose a life. But Gear Hulk's a really good card. I haven't really had the chance to play blue-white that much either yet. So let's see if we can do that here today. I do love a Glory Heath Lynx. It doesn't really fit into the whole blue-white artifacts thing a ton, necessarily. This was my pick for best uncommon in the set prior to the set releasing. I don't think it is currently, but it is in the top 10, I think. So it's up there. What else is there? Scurryfoot is pretty good. In the common slot, Duretti is among the worst rares in the set. And not much else. Let's go ahead and take the Lynx, and then we'll go from there. This pack is pretty horrible. Full Throttle I do not think is very good. I mean, it's kind of like a fun card that, you know, maybe you can make work in rare situations, and it probably kills you once over the course of the format, but it probably doesn't do much very often. There is Tune Up, which works well with the Gear Hulk. I don't think it's a very good card overall, though. I mean, everything here is just not very good. There's a Dynamite Diver. I guess I'll take the Tune Up if we end up blue-white, but I mean, I'm not putting much stock into that pick there. All right, here we've got Boosted Sloop for red-blue. Probably just take a Night Market. I mean, it's just decent fixing that can cycle later if you draw it later in the game. Thunderhead Gunner's actually been pretty interesting. I was super intrigued by this card before the set released. I mean, a free Rummager every single turn. For every single one of your turns. It's pretty interesting. It's played out pretty well, too. There's a Bike. I think I'm just going to stay open-ish with the Night Market here. I haven't seen really any more blue-white artifacts cards since Pack 1 Pick 1ing the Gear Hulk here. And we're not locked into blue-white by any stretch, but I mean, it's a good card. Here we've got Road Rage, which is kind of like Shock for creatures and planeswalkers, but with upside. There's also Detention Chariot. I think I just might take this. I haven't had the chance to play with it yet. 6 mana, 6/6. Oblivion Ring, roughly. There's a Grim Bauble as well, but this has gone down for me since we started the format. Just sorcery speed is so much worse than something like Disfigure, which is instant speed, so I'm just going to take the Chariot here. And once again, just not very good packs. I mean, these packs are just... I don't really want any of these cards. There's Kalorna, which can... If we end up blue-white, this is probably fine in that deck, because this deck wants to get to the later game to cast its big spells. There's also Aether Jacket, which I've actually found to be not horrible. There are so many artifacts running around, and if this is like 5 mana, kill a busted vehicle in installment plans of 3/2, it's usually pretty good. But let's take Kalorna here and see if something opens up. There's a Sky Streak Engineer, which doesn't really go with what we're doing. I mean, we've got blue-white cards. They're not very good, but like there's nothing that's pulling me off of blue-white here. So, I mean, I could take the Ticket Tortoise if we think we're going to be more defensive. There's an Aether Jacket, like I just mentioned. Disciple, I don't think is what we want in this deck, and the Engineer is just filler in a deck like this. So, I mean, I guess I'll take a 3/1 defender. Okay, now there's a broadcast rambler, and this is actually performing on 17 lands very, very well. It's a 5-mana 5/4 crew 1 that comes with a 1/1 Thopter, both of which are artifacts. So that's fine, I guess. Lots of blue, white, and colorless cards here. Usually blue-white doesn't care about the whole max speed thing, but Camera Launcher is filler if you need it. I guess I'll take that here. Here's a starting column. Don't really like Stall Out with the stun counters. Bright Field Glider I don't think is going to fit inside of this deck particularly well. I'll take the starting column. I don't think I'm going to need it though. And just a bunch of nearly unplayable cards here. Sure, I'll take the Cycler. That's a late boosted Sloop. I don't think we're really set up to go into blue-red, but I mean, I don't really like the Mustang either. I'd rather take the Cliffs if I find I need to splash something, and then Ironclad, whatever. All right. Pack 2, we've got another tune-up. There's a Thopterist, a Leonin Surveyor, an Outpace Oblivion, Strategist. Yeah, there's some decent cards here. Casting Outpace Oblivion on the splash doesn't seem horrible. The Strategist versus Thopterist, that's a close call for me. I don't think I need another tune-up. I don't even know if I'll play this one. I mean, I'm not locked into blue-white, but we have mostly white cards here. I'm not sold on this pick. That's a tough one. Hopefully I can figure that out as the format progresses, if that was quote-unquote right or not, but I just don't think it was. We've got the Strategist and the Thopterist here again. But there is a Ride's End, and I think this is better than both of them. 5 mana to exile creature vehicle, 2 mana if it's tapped. That seems pretty good here for us. Which one is this? Okay, a board wipe. Interesting. 3 straight Strategists. And then a bunch of filler as well. Okay, let's try the board wipe. You know, it doesn't seem horrible in this deck. Board wipes are usually pretty good. Diversion Unit is an artifact. Interface Ace is an artifact that crews things. I mean, you can crew the Chariot and stuff. We've got Howler's Heavy, Guide Light, Optimizer. So what's better, Optimizer or Diversion Unit? I think I'm going to take my first Diversion Unit here. It's an artifact. It flies. It pressures. I've liked this card. Well, I guess now we can take a Strategist. I don't think I want the Hull Drifter. I definitely don't want a Disciple, so let's try a Strategist here. Wow, yeah, that's a Spike Shell Harrier, which is a very good card. 5 mana, 4/4 bounce the thing, reduce their speed by 1. Not too bad. And Hull Drifter, I'd probably play a Hull Drifter. I just haven't felt the need to take one yet. Okay, I mean, look, blue-white is looking to be at least kind of open. Got 8 artifacts, kind of like at least 9 with the Thopterist here. I don't think I need a Gear Seeker Serpent. I could probably get one if I wanted one here at some point, so I guess I take the Interface Ace. Yeah, more blue-white. I do love Flood the Engine. I haven't had a chance to play this card yet, but it's been very good against me, and I think this is a pretty good removal spell in the format. There's another Rambler, but I'll take Flood the Engine here. The Strategist wheeled, so did Tune-Up. Gosh, having multiple of these on the battlefield at the same time would be nasty. Okay, Thopterist wheeled. Sure, what's our curve look like? It's not horrible. Okay, nothing but blue and white cards. It looks like our deck is relatively open. I just don't think the better cards have been opened for it. So if we can get some of those blue-white uncommons here in pack 3, that would be pretty nice. I mean, we're already at like 18 or 19 pretty good playables here. Probably don't want that. I mean, there's the Hull Drifter on the wheel as well, right? Probably don't need the Howler's Heavy. I don't think tune-up is going to be good enough. We've got some to bring back, but we're not like milling ourselves or anything. I don't really know what deck tune-up is for in this format. We've got some defensive speed with the Ace, Kelorna, and Ticket Tortoise as well. Not bad there. And an island. Alright, last pack. We've got Vinwixt. 2 mana 0/4 start your engines. And if you would draw a card, you draw 2 instead. What else is there? There's a Guidelight Optimizer and a Haunt the Network that we would have to splash. This seems like a pretty darn good splash, though. So would I rather take Vinwixt in a deck that really doesn't care too much about starting your engines? In fact, I don't think we have any yet. Or take Haunt the Network and try to splash it. I'm going to take Vinwixt. I haven't had the chance to play with this card yet. I do love Haunt the Network, don't get me wrong. But now we've got Voyage Home. 7 mana, draw 3, gain 3. But it does have affinity for artifacts. There's also a Bounce Off and a Surveyor. But let's take the blue-white gold card here. And now we have, I guess, a Gear Seeker Serpent with 9 artifacts and 2 Thopterists and a camera launcher and a Ride's End. I guess we could take this one here. I'm not a fan of everything else in the pack, so I'll take the Serpent now. There's another Serpent. There's a Bounce Off, an Interface Ace. I mean, we've got things like Gear Hulk, Chariot, Serpent, Voyage Home, Hull Drifter. Cards we want to be casting late, so things like Interface Ace, Kelorna, and Vinwixt early are going to help us get there. This just doesn't really do enough, I don't think. I'm going to take the Serpent. We don't really have a lot of vehicles, necessarily. Alright, Collision Course seems fine. Destroying target artifact at sorcery speed is usually fine enough, and sometimes you get to kill something bigger. Canyon Vaulter, whatever. Yeah, let's take the Collision Course. Okay, Nimble Thopterist. It's a fine playable for us here. Pick 6. There's a Winter. But this is the card for us. Ooh, another Ride's End. I do love to see that. I'm worried about Vinwixt and the fact that we just have, like, hardly any other Start Your Engine cards. Another Collision Course, but we've got so many playables here that I think taking a Tranquil Cove is actually, like, pretty good. So I'm going to take the land. And then the Optimizer Wield. That's pretty awesome. The, what's it called? Haunt the Network did not, but I did not expect it to. Blue-black seems to be one of the more popular decks here early in the format. So we're going to have some cuts to make. Yeah, I don't think I'm splashing red, so I don't need the Crag. I don't think I'm playing Surveyor, and I probably am not playing Bounce Off either. Not playing any card here. Is the pileup even good? Okay, here's another ace. I don't think we're playing it. Definitely not playing the Scouter and the land. So a couple of cuts to make. Let's see which ones we'll do here. We've got 5 drops. A Chariot, 2 7-drops with Affinity, and a 7-drop with Affinity. I mean, everything down here seems pretty good. Currently at 18 creatures. If I cut 4 of them, I'd be down to 14. Alright, I guess I wish I would have taken the Haunt the Network. This is our literal only Start Your Engines card. And it's not an artifact, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. I could cut Kelorna in favor of playing double Interface Ace as just 2 mana 0/4 artifacts that, I mean, crew the Chariot and the Hull Drifter, I guess. So, cut Kelorna. I think the Lynx is good enough on its own, though. I could probably cut a Camera Launcher, but it synergizes well. 2 Strategists, I'd like to try it out. Everything else here seems good. I think the Serpent's kind of going to have to be our way to win these games, I would think. And I don't want to cut too many more artifacts. I mean, I've got 11. I just don't think I'm going to have time to do the Camera Launcher thing. And then I'm coming back to this Ticket Tortoise, which is an artifact, but we've got a lot of good interaction down here. Let's cut the Tortoise and then I guess play the Pileup. I don't know if this is going to be good in our deck, but willing to give it a try here. Okay, first time running blue-white artifacts with a Riptide Gearhulk and a bunch of non-creature spells with Serpents at the top to win it and 9 artifacts, including 3 additional cards that make artifacts. And the Rambler makes 2. So, yeah, let's see if this has what it takes to win. And I'll see you in the first game. And in game 1, we get to start with a mulligan. So we'll take that here, and then, oof, this hand is bad. I mean, I hate it, but I guess we got to keep it. There's not, I mean, I can't really go to 5. Oh, and then they play Mountain and what looks to be a slightly more aggressive deck. So, I mean, gosh, we need to draw hopefully some of those defensive 2-drops here. Okay, at least that's got Defender, so that doesn't really pressure us too much. Ride's End is a little bit of a decent way to catch up here. Camera Launcher. Well, they could just exhaust that next turn, have a 3/3 and a 1/1 flyer. I don't really like doing this, but we do still have Ride's End here to help us catch up against something else. And I would prefer to have not... Yeah, so that's probably something that Ride's End is going to have to take care of. It's got Ward 2. If they don't attack, I can't do anything. But I would very much like to get rid of Captain Howler here. The Thopterist doesn't really... I could double block it, but like that doesn't seem super great either. So I'm just going to plan to Ride's End the Captain Howler and hope it works. Okay, did work. Now, if we miss a land, we can play Thopterist, and if we hit the land, we can play Hull Drifter, I guess. So here is Thopterist. They had Voyage home. Stock up. This card is actually, like, one of the top uncommons in the entire set right now, which is kind of wild to me, but I mean, it's pretty good. That's also annoying. The Harrier will probably have to bounce that at some point, I would think. But let's start with Hull Drifter here. Strategist not too bad. If we draw another land next turn, we can hold up Rides In or play Ace End Strategist. Okay, I think they're going to kill the Hull Drifter here now. They're just full-on Jeskai, I guess. I mean, if you're playing Skyray, Blockbuster, maybe they're blue-red splashing a few white things, potentially. Whenever you attack, draw a card, then discard a card. Well, makes the Skyray a little annoying here. And by a little, I mean quite a bit. Hopefully draw a land so we can strategist and hold up Ride's End. But no. Alright, I guess I'll just bounce it then. And that kind of resets their... Oh, that was a mistake. I did not mean to hit with the Thopterist. Ugh, oh well. I don't see why they wouldn't just trade with the Tortoise here. I mean, I didn't want to offer that trade, but... Whoopsie. Okay. Still looking for a land. Two Captain Howlers, huh? Yeah. And down goes Harrier as well. Okay, alright, we got our work cut out for us here. Yeah, I really wish I hadn't attacked with that stupid Thopterist. Yeah, this is probably an insurmountable amount of value at this point here. I've got too many things I need to kill. I mean, Howler needs to die, but that costs 4 mana. This needs to die, but I can't do everything. Alright, let's stem the bleeding for a moment, I suppose. Because I think I need to use Ride's End on... I don't know that... I was going to say the Howler, but the Skyray is attacking as a 3-4. Or as a 2-4, I guess. Because of Strategist, but I can't really profitably block it. In comes everything. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I can't really... Probably do it to the Blockbuster, I would think. Because I'm planning on blocking on the Ace, and then I can chump the Skyray now. So you don't draw a card. Not that this amount of value isn't insurmountable, because it certainly is. Goodness. Well, I see why you're full Jeskai now. You've got all the busted cards for the Archetype. mean, at this point, I'm still taking... If I get rid of Captain Howler, I'm still taking, like, 7 in the air. I have to chump one of these. I think I still probably need to do that, though. I have to pay 2 life as well. I don't know. I think we're done in many ways here. And go ahead, I guess. That has menace. Block. Double block. Dead on board. Okay. So if they attack with everything, we're just dead. What is that? Another blue-red rare? It pumps this by a lot. Okay, so triple blue-red rare here. I guess they were in a pod where blue-red was just wildly open. And sometimes you lose to those decks because that wasn't the case in our pod. We had a tough draft. They had among the easier ones. Alright. Maybe we weren't dead because of the strategist, but we're chumping all over the place. So it doesn't really matter. Well, no blue, but no blue cards to cast. I guess we have links on 2 at the very least. And there's the blue, so... We do have Spectacular Pile-Up. We'll have to see how many creatures we want to play first, but I think we need to play the links because if we don't play a creature and just wait till 5 to board wipe, then we're gonna be mega dead. More gold cards here. Okay, enters tapped, play it on blue, and pass turn, and I guess we might need to Ride's End this Boom Scholar just to, like... I mean, not die? They can attack with both. This only costs 2 to activate here. Let's see if we want to force them to do it. Okay, they did do it. Take 4. And a 1-drop. And you have... what's it called? The 2-mana deal 2. Okay, so I'm probably planning on piling up next turn. Let's see if they still have priority. They do, so that's what I think it is. It's the it's like the shock variant that we passed in the what's it called? In the draft. So I guess what I'm gonna do is chump the specialist and then pile up. Just... okay, it's Ironclad. Sure. I guess I just need to chump the specialist, like I said. I mean, because if I'm gonna pile up, they may as well be dead anyway, right? They're gonna potentially see it coming, but I kind of have to do this. I mean, I guess I could I could also just play the Rambler next turn, which blocks fine. Now that I just chumped, which wasn't great. So I do this, I crew it up, and then they probably kill it, and then... but now the pile-up should do some decent work here. Okay, start your engines. You will likely have your engines started. Okay, so I trade with Rambler, I attack... oh, this thing has reach, never mind. So it doesn't matter what I do here, because I'm killing everything anyway. and this doesn't have trample, so we just won't give them another point of speed. It's a good card, but let's go ahead and just spectacularly pile up. And hope that's enough to keep us stable here now. Well, I can play the Serpent. I don't think I want to play the Gear Hulk because, I mean, I could get rid of the bike for a couple turns, but it doesn't really matter. The Scurryfoot, I'd probably like to use this on the elephant they're going to make. So I don't get a discount, but let's play the Serpent, I guess. Red-Green is going to have a little bit of a difficult time dealing with the 5/6 as well, so... I mean, there is the 4 mana deal 6 in the format, I guess. Sure, I'll play Gear Hulk now and get rid of one of the Surveyors, I suppose. Still would have liked to do it to the elephant, but sure. And how much do I care about their speed right now? Probably not a lot, so let's just attack. I should have done that first. I didn't think I was going to attack, so that's why I didn't attack first, but I should probably be attacking, so... Send that in, see if Gear Hulk survives. Hopefully they don't have maximum overdrive or whatever it's called. I cannot remember the names of the cards in this set. Alright, there is a 3/3. Crewing it up and attacking, that's a little suspect. Oh, never mind. Okay, just killing the Gear Hulk. Yeah, sure. A little bit of a downside that it is an artifact, but, I mean, you know. I guess I play Thopterist and Optimizer here. The Hull Drifter takes all of my blue mana, but there's no guarantee I draw an island. So I'm fine trading Serpent for both of these things. They don't have a lot going on. Plus they might not want to, knowing that I have 7 mana untapped here. Can we ride this Serpent to victory? They got 1 draw and then a 3/2 coming. Hopefully they don't get the 9/7, I guess. Terrian, Scary Terry as he is known. Okay, it's just a 3/2. Getting in with everything, sure. Take 6, alright. This thing has a reach, so that makes it annoying. I don't think I can be attacking anymore. I mean, Ride's End is going to have to probably kill something. I mean, I can block. I'm taking like 5 right now. And if they have a removal spell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I almost die. Actually, I'd like to exile the 3/2 here. Alright, pass the damage, go to 5. And what was there? Draw nothing? Sure. These are cards, I guess. I'm still not dead on board if I attack with the 5/6 and the 3/2 by crewing it here. Then I can still double block, and if they draw removal, kill that, I play this, I'm still not dead. So I think this basically puts them dead next turn here. Oh, I forgot. This has extra text. You get to untap it, so it's a free crew every turn. That makes things a little bit easier. Now I think we're doing just fine. I always forget about that bottom line of text. Looks like the board wipe certainly helped us here in this game. And the ride's ends have been great. And there we go. We did ride Gear Seeker Serpent to the end. Alright, we're up first, and Interface Ace can come down and be a nice defensive body while we build up here. Got a couple removal spells, protected against tricks, all sorts of things. Tranquil Cove means Strategist can come down on turn 4. Boo. That means we lose our ace. That's a good card. As long as Strategist survives, I mean, they don't really have great attacks, but bad news is, against black decks, things like Grim Bauble just laugh in the face of Strategist. He says, as Grim Bauble comes down. Which is why I just have not been the biggest fan of this card. Just, that is such an enormous blowout of a turn, so. Thopterist isn't great, but I mean, what else am I doing here? Okay, I guess they go to 3. As far as 3 speed. Yep. And yep. Don't have much to do, so... I'm not gonna be blocking, so get on in, eat that 1. Now you're gonna be at max speed. I probably have to ride Zen the Ascendant here, which means I take 4. Collision Course can't even kill anything. Makes Collision Course something, but I mean, I'd have to cast it into open mana here, which I also don't like to do. Because this is just a sorcery. And I don't think I can afford to cast it into open mana, even though I think they're just going to activate the Vanguard, and they do. That is a 2/2 that they can Demonic Tutor with. There's just not anything I really need to Collision Course right now. So yeah, go ahead. See what you Demonic Tutor for. Surprising they didn't activate either of these. Could they not do it? 1, 2, 3. I think they had 2 mana left. That is a Thundering Broodwagon. At least I can kill it with Collision Course, I guess. Now that's a decent target. Take 4. Taking 2 now, and if they have removal, I take 4. If they have double removal, I take 6 and die. Why are they not activating this? There's got to be something in their library that could kill me, right? I mean, now they just have to go and search for any removal spell. And then I'm dead on board. So they will do just that. And then probably target the serpent with it. Close enough. Either one works. Doesn't really matter. Alright, we take that L. Got a rally here now. Got both colors of mana and a Tranquil Cove here, so we'll keep this one, as we do need to find another win to keep this draft going. Destroy target creature, vehicle, or kill a smaller creature here. Sure. So do I lead on Diversion Unit or the Ace? They could kill it with the Scrap Compactor here, but I think I'll lead on Diversion Unit, and if they kill it, then sure. Alright, come on in. And the question is, do I play the Interface Ace now that I have Pile Up in hand? Looks like they're gonna kill it here. I think I will. I don't have anything else to do. I could cycle the Chariot, but I don't think I'm gonna do that just yet. Alright, go ahead, I guess. Can't cast that yet either. Got all the expensive cards in my hand. Okay, so ace back to the hand, I guess. Let's play Lynx. And I could use Ride's End on the Harrier. I don't have a way to saddle. I do have a way to saddle up the Lynx with the ace, so let's do this, and I'll use Ride's End next turn, maybe? If I need to push damage to get a Plains here? Let's see. Never mind. Yeah, that's 3-3. I need to keep this, so let's do this on white. Play the Lynx and hold up Ride's End, I guess. And I'm probably going to Ride's End their 4-4. I know I've got the spectacular pile up. But I just don't know if I need to wait. Well, never mind. They get to decide what I'm going to do. Gear Hulk v Gear Hulk here. And then it has Ward 1. That's spectacularly annoying here. It is kind of a tough choice what to do. I mean, you take the pile up, I get to Ride's End this thing. You take my Gear Hulk, I get to board wipe. I mean, there's a few things. So now the question is, what if next turn I just attack with a saddled Lynx, draw a card, he gains 4, I gain 2, and then I wipe the whole board? Then I have 2 removal spells to follow that up? So I'm not going to Ride's End as a result? So you'll gain 4, I'll gain 2. And then the whole board goes bye-bye. And now we've got the Chariot to kill the next play. I don't think I want to be using it on Hull Drifter, because if they kill the Chariot, then they get to draw 2 more cards. Here comes all the lands now, so this is a sorcery? Okay. I guess, who needs Affinity when you could just hardcast it, right? Ooh, drawing all the cards. Can't crew up the Hull Drifters, though. But I'm sure you will now. No? Okay, nothing. So what can I do with 8 mana here? I'm probably not getting much of a discount on this Serpent, but I mean, I could do this and hold up Ride's End. If I play the Serpent, I can't even hold up Ride's End on one of these. Let's do this. I'm not thrilled with it, but I mean, they're not giving me great targets for things. Cycling stall out, sure. That's a big card. I guess I Rides in the Hull Drifter so that I can flood the engine, the Archfiend here. Because now that I have two of these... Gosh, all of these targets are just so bad. Like, bouncing this isn't super... I mean, bouncing this is fine, I guess. Right? I mean, they replay it. It doesn't do much. Flooding the engine on it means they can't crew, but they probably have another creature somewhere. I don't want to Chariot. I mean, I guess I could Chariot this, right? If they get it back, it still doesn't do much to my board. And this lets me keep up a Ride's End as well. Yeah, sure. I guess I'll Chariot the Archfiend here. Oh, never mind. It looks like it'll get countered. Okay, then I'll just flood the engine. Okay, so they were saving the interference for the Chariot. Unfortunately, I had... Oh my gosh, come on. I have all the answers to what I'm trying to do here. Sure. Do it again. Attack me for 3. Again, this doesn't do much if you replay it, so let's just play some creatures out here. And then I can eventually Ride's End and kill the 5/5. We've got almost all the lands on our deck at this point. Okay, I guess they just chose to chump. I could have activated this, but I mean... I guess I see now why they were chumping, because they knew they were getting rid of it this turn. I could probably almost play that and exhaust it here with all the mana I have. I do. I have all the mana to exhaust it right now. Well, I guess no sense in waiting, since they don't have priority, so... How is my 11 mana 5/5 flyer? Well, we gotta win with it, so we'll take it. Okay, we are up first, and if I could draw one more creature to have this Lynx start attacking saddled as early as turn 3, that would be great, especially now that we're on the play. I need one this turn. Unless it gets lightning struck here. Didn't get it. Oh well. Guess we'll have it next turn. Okay, they're going they're going a little nuts with their mana base, but sure. Is that all of the colors almost? It would be if this could tap for white. Alright, let's see if they kill it here now. Looks like they will. At least it got bounced, not killed. What do I play next turn? Broadcast Rambler seems... I mean, obviously if I don't draw a land, it's Lynx. But if I draw a land, I think I'll play the Rambler. Makes this Serpent start costing a pretty reasonable amount. Nope. The answer is nothing. So I've got all of the expensive cards and none of the 2-drops here. Alright, their mana's working here, I guess. Down goes Thopterist. And what else? Ether Siphon. Oh, more cards I can't play. Wow, do we have any other 5+ drops in this entire deck, or do we have them all in our hand? I guess we've got the Chariot and the Board Wipe, so maybe this curve is just horrible. Sure. Okay, I guess. Just don't be drawing too many cards, I suppose. It's something I can cast. I mean, at this point, I'd basically take drawing a land every turn for the rest of the game. Because I've got draw 5 cards in my hand that I can't cast. Alright. I mean, losing to decks like this is always fun. As usually... Look at our hand, man. Counter target what? Instant or sorcery? I have to chump this Path Maker probably just to, like, preserve my life total? I don't have to yet, I guess. It's just, man, this game is just like, here's all of your expensive stuff and none of your cheap stuff. We've got, like, at least 8 cards that are 2 or less mana here. Naturally, they'll put that on red. That's kind of expected, right? More blue. What's this crew? Crew 2, so I can't attack. Okay, what's dying? Probably the Rambler here. Just draw 5 or whatever, yeah. Okay, take 6. I kind of need this for my affinity, so no blocks. The unit's going to counter this voyage home for most of this game. That's if we can even, like, get to the point where we could even consider casting it. Five, 6, 7, 5. This could cost 3, so I can't double. I still can't double spell. I guess I can if I hold up Ride's End, but that's going to get countered by a diversion unit. So I guess let's just do this and play a Ride's End here. Although the Ride's End can't even kill this 6/5, just realized, because it's got Vigilance, so... So maybe that wasn't right. Man, they're just like, let's throw every card of every color into our deck here. And you know what? It worked out. So, good for them. Meanwhile, we're just over here like, only blue-white. Only blue-white 6-drops. That's our deck. Blue-white 6-drops. Okay, so we'll crew this thing up and then it's gonna die, but, I mean, sure. So it makes these 2 cards a little bit worse here. So there goes the Rambler, like I said it would. I think we're gonna chump here. Guess we could trade and take 7. That also doesn't seem great. Doesn't do much because the unit can just counter it. I mean, we're just going to be chumping here. I mean, I guess I can Ride's End this thing after they crew it up for 5 mana, then I can't do anything else. So this takes up our whole turn here. Because it probably makes sense for them to sack the unit just to, like, tax our entire turn. But we get to draw some cards and chump, and then maybe these cards can help us somehow. Next turn we have 9 mana, so we can do, like, Thopterist and Gear Hulk and tuck away Pathmaker. I mean, we're doing something. They've got 8 cards, though, and, like, access to 8 different colors of mana if they want it. We do have a board wipe in the deck still. That needs to get Rides ended. What is that nonsense? Okay. I can't even do Ride's End and Gearhulk anymore. Am I just dead on board? Do Gearhulk, get rid of that, block that, take 4, 5, 6, 7, so that doesn't work. So then I do this and Ride's End, which in that case I'm pretty much still dead. Oh, what a frustrating game to lose. I mean, they're casting like Pathmaker and Atchik in the same deck as bounce off. Like, and Zahur, usually these things just aren't supposed to work out, but when they work out against you, it's always a fun thing to see, right? All right, let's see if this even works. 4, 5. Okay, we're not dead. Haha. Although this counterspell is going to make us dead. Make a tap to, so we need to draw our board wipe right now, I guess. My word. Well, that just ends it, because whenever an insect dies, I lose a life, so. Sure. What a deck. Yeah, what a deck. There's the board wipe, but like... they were able to reanimate the one thing that would have kept us alive. So we go 2-3 here with this one. This deck wasn't particularly good, to be honest. First time trying out blue-white. I think my curve was just really bad. This last game was like, I mean, we got, what was it, like Chariot and like 15 other cards there that were all way too expensive, and then we just got run over by a deck playing 7 different colors. So we'll take that loss and then move on to the next Aetherdrift draft here on the channel. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time here at Daily Draft.